is the Man Space Podcast. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. Now, this is Russ, and with me as always is my co-host, who also has some pictures of Zion Williamson that he wants to share. The one and only Big Les.
Hey, they know you lying. They know you lying. What's up? What's good, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
So, have you been following the whole Zion Mariah Mills thing?
Nah, I just know that. Wasn't she like a stripper or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It is what it is.
She has more tweets mentioning this dude's name than he's actually played basketball games at this point.
Hey, she excited to be with a winner.
Well, she's not really. Well, she's with him on the side. She's a disgruntled size piece.
Like I said, she's just happy to be with a winner. Hey, what else can you say? I mean,
Right.
Hey, you knew what you signed up for, my girl.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, stay in your place.
So this is the start of season 4 of the Man Space Podcast.
Yeah, baby. Season 4.
But here we need to kind of reflect a little bit, Les.
Oh man.
When you think of the first 3 seasons, what comes up in your mind?
Oh. The first thing is how much trouble I got into about talking about my old lady falling down the steps, you know.
The one time I laughed at her, one time, and she really messed her ankle up. But it was so funny because she fell in slow motion. I could have counted like the Bugs Bunny count. The way she hit the ground and how she grabbed for the air and her facial expression when she looked at me. That all I saw was all that behind hit the ground. Boom, boom.
Mrs. Les, I just want to let you know that this is Russ here speaking, and I am not laughing at you.
It went down like a tree falling slowly in the woods. You hear that crackle. That was her ankle.
Oh no!
And then she just went, ah.
Oh no!
Boom! I was like, all that behind kept you safe. You know what I'm saying? That behind you got, you know, it cushions your fall. You know, but I hurt my ankle. I was like, And that was 2 years ago, and she's still complaining about her ankle. So I'm a bad husband because of that.
Yes, you're a bad husband.
But it's funny. It's funny.
Wait. Let me do my clarifier. Mrs. Les.
And she slid down them steps.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not getting on her bad side.
I'm laughing. Oh boy, that thing was down them steps. Oh, that was hilarious, man. But you know, I digress with that one. I'm gonna have to leave it alone because she gonna hear it, and I'm gonna pay for it that day. I'm pretty sure. You know,
the one that got me was kumquats. This has been my favorite saying of late, and this is something my mom used to say all the time. You have a person that has the personality of a kumquat, and they just cannot be.
Why are you trying to take me out early? They just can't hold it together. They don't know what they don't know what they're doing.
That's it, man. You know, you never see kumquats in the store anymore.
Nope, you never do.
I used to love kumquats. I don't know why you don't.
I'm gonna tell you something. You and your verbiage thing. I think it's just your face. You're looking for shock value, right? I think you say things to me just to get shock value out of it. You know,
First it was the fluffernutter. You know what I mean? Now it's like, I used to love kumquats.
Have you still not had a kumquat, man?
I'm still not. I won't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. No. You know, some things the smell drive you off, some things the taste drive you off, and sometimes some things the wording drives you off. Right? Les, what you eating? A kumquat.
I mean,
No.
would you say it like that, man?
I don't know how else to say it. It's
Oh,
not like a
man.
compound word to me. You know.
I think my favorite one of all is got to be the fluffernutter, man.
Oh my God, we talked about that for weeks.
I just saw this on a bottle the other day.
Okay.
You ever buy like the marshmallow fluff?
No, not really. No.
But have you ever had a fluffernutter sandwich?
No, man.
Dude, it's the chunky peanut butter on some bread,
Yeah.
and then you put the marshmallow fluff on top of it and put another piece of bread. It's a fluffernutter.
I can't even repeat that. I can't repeat it.
I happened to see it on a jar of marshmallow fluff the other day when I was in the store. And I was like, oh my gosh, a fluffernutter.
Oh, I'm about to die. Oh my God. Oh, man. Oh, don't you tell nobody else.
Come on, man. Those things were delicious, man. Dude, go get you some marshmallow fluff and some chunky peanut butter.
Oh, no. Oh, I got real tears. Oh my God. No.
Fluffernutter, man. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with a fluffernutter. Manspace Nation, get you a fluffernutter.
I can't do it. I can't. Oh, you're not man space. Have you ever heard of a fluffer before?
Fluffernutter.
Whatever.
Chime in, Manspace Nation. Let us know.
About the right name. I can't do it. That sounds like it need to be on the Adam and Eve. Or something like that.
Oh, man.
And I tried it. I had it.
It was delicious.
I liked it.
It was absolutely delicious, man.
I went and bought the fluff and everything. I mean, I was just gone. I was gone with the wind.
Food alert.
There we
Food
go.
alert. The Manspace podcast is talking about food again.
Yes.
And I think
Food alert.
some of our best episodes are the food ones.
Yes.
Have you ever had Kool-Aid pie?
No, I have not had a Kool-Aid pie.
You don't want none. It's good as hell. Extremely. Bro, I
Dog, don't make me start Googling stuff.
You got to. You
I just-
got to do this one.
Dog,
You got to do
I
this
just
one.
bought some Kool-Aid for the first time in like 20 years.
Dog, bro, well, you
I
get-
got a
hey,
whole big thing of Kool-Aid downstairs.
You almost there. You almost there. Look, go get you a graham
God.
cracker crust, a can of sweet condensed milk,
Okay.
a regular Cool Whip, and a pack of Kool-Aid. Let me tell you something. You will not be freaking disappointed. You hear me? Get you a
Hey, we're going to the store.
We're
going to the store.
Get you the strawberry Kool-Aid and that
On that
condensed
note,
milk, bro.
we out of here.
On that note, hey, he done already left me. We out of here.
We talk about food.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy food. I enjoy talking to you. So it's all right.
All
Sorry.
good, man. And we want to thank everyone who has tuned in and helped us stay on the air by listening in. Because, I mean, I think when we
Yes.
started this show, man,
We had 2
I
listeners.
didn't know where this thing was going to go.
Yeah.
Um, I had a vision
Right.
that we were going to be able to do certain things and get to a certain spot with this show. And we've reached heights that I didn't think we were going to get to.
Really? See, I
And
always thought we was going to be stars. I just didn't know which kind of stars.
so you just hey, if you keep shooting at them, right?
That's it, baby. You
Keep
just got to
shooting.
keep shooting at them. That's
Keep
it.
shooting at the stars, man.
It's
But
go one
thank
day.
everyone that has helped us to this point by listening. I think one of the things that got me the most, man, was the first time I got an email from one of our listeners saying how much one of our episodes helped them.
Yeah.
You know,
and
and
that's super rewarding.
it is, man. Because
Super
if
rewarding.
I just feel like if we helped at least one person, then we've done our job, right?
Yeah. One person listens and they get something from it. I'm ecstatic about that. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful. Very
Absolutely.
good. Mhm.
But Manspace Nation, we're not alone here on this episode of season 4. We got a special guest that is joining us here
Oh
today.
yeah.
So, Manspace Nation, we got a professional with over 25 years of experience in the people business.
Listen now, 25 years.
Throughout his dedicated career, our guest has been committed to assisting individuals in realizing their true potential and helping them construct thriving teams and businesses through leadership training and team building. Now, from the moment he wakes up to the time he lays his head to rest, his passion is helping others is at the forefront of his mind. Now, get this, Les.
What's up, bro?
He is a certified emotional intelligence coach,
Wow.
an esteemed member of the John Maxwell team,
Okay.
along with being a member of Forbes Black.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
And he's an international speaker, trainer, coach with the Leadership Experience Tour, and the host of a talk show on Stage Plus network called the Wright Mentality.
That's what I'm talking
Manspace Nation, I need you to give it up for our guest, Marcus A. Wright.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How
Super
are you? Excited to be here.
Hey,
Super excited.
We're super excited to have you, man. I need some emotional stability. You know what I mean? I need that in my life. Marcus, help me, brother.
Hey, you're gonna have to work with him. But hey, we got 2 questions right off the bat.
Oh,
One,
wow, okay.
have you ever eaten a kumquat?
Oh, what? Hell, no. My bad.
No, it ain't
I'm
your
sorry.
bad. I asked the same thing. I said, what? And then he repeated it again and again and again.
They're delicious, man.
That just
But-
sound wrong.
And then the other one is, have you had a fluffernutter?
No.
Oh my.
The face tells everything.
No.
The face is like,
That
who
just
is
sound
this
wrong. A
and what is that?
fluffernutter? What
Yeah.
the
A
heck?
fluffernutter. Now, see, kumquats are so hard to find, so I'm not going to push it up, but it's a little fruit. But I'm not going to push that one on you because they're really hard to find. But a fluffernutter is delicious. You want to explain it, Les? Because I got Les hooked on them, and he was doing them with brioche bread, and he was doing them all types of different ways. But go ahead, Les.
Okay. So,
That just sounds so bougie.
oh, it's extremely
Oh, you can
bougie.
really get really bougie with this.
Oh yeah. And I did. I tried to take it there, but other things had to pull me back. But this man says to me, "Have you ever had a fluffernutter?" And I said, "What is that?" So first off, it turned me off. The name, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Then he explains to me
that the fluffernutter is peanut butter and marshmallow fluff, right?
Mhm.
So it's marshmallows in a jar form,
Mhm.
right? Not the little round marshmallows, but they're already, it's just all just ooey gooey goodness in a jar, right? And then you get to peanut butter of your choice, and bread of my choice would be a brioche type bread,
Boy, he said that
buttered.
brioche.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah,
Yes.
buttered and lightly toasted on both sides. Then you
Yes.
spread the peanut butter across the bread,
Mhm.
right? And then the trick is to get the marshmallow fluff
I feel like you need background music
on
while you're
it.
doing this.
I know, it just sounds like it. I'm sitting here, boy, he is really describing this.
I have a
Are you
vivid
getting hungry right
imagination.
now?
I have a vivid imagination,
I
right?
see.
And you spread the marshmallow fluff on top of it, right?
Mm.
And then you enclose the two pieces of bread together, smashing the goodness in between in the middle.
All the goodness.
And see,
All the goodness.
I cut mine in quarters so I can enjoy it for a much longer time. But once you had that, brother, you're gonna eat 2 or 3 of them, and then you're gonna invest in the big bottle of fluff, the marshmallow fluff.
Yes.
And
You
then
have
you're
to
gonna-
get
then
the
you're gonna
one
be
that
like,
actually says marshmallow fluff,
fluff.
not
don't-
the little
nothing
jet
else.
puffed. You know, there's a craft one that's jet puff
No,
marshmallow.
Okay.
No,
no,
you can't get that. You got to get the actual marshmallow fluff.
Yes,
Makes a difference.
and it's,
And
Okay,
then if you go,
I'll look into
it's
it.
sticky. It is
Mhm.
super sticky. Oh man. Oh,
I don't know if they have that in the Midwest, in Chicago area,
I'm
but
sure they do.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
know.
sure they do.
If
I'll
not, just
check it
holler
out.
at us, bro. I'll sing you
We'll,
some.
we'll make sure that you get some.
I
We'll
know they
find a
got
way.
brioche bread in Chicago. You
Well,
know
the
what I'm
brioche
saying?
bread, I'm talking about the marshmallow part.
Oh yeah, we'll get
Oh yeah,
that to you. That ain't
we'll
nothing.
make sure that you get that.
Yeah.
But I gotta have the brioche bread, and
Yeah.
That's
gotta
right.
But
be
you know, it depends
smashed
on
together with the goodness, and
oh
and
yeah.
you say
That's
cut
it.
in
In
fours.
quarters. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to drop the tone in your voice when you're talking about it. See, because
Okay,
this
okay.
you got to make it. This is a manly meal. You
That's
know.
right.
You know when you
That
pull it.
sounds like I need to play a little smooth jazz with this. I gotta play a little smooth jazz with this one, boy.
That's it right there. That's it.
Wow.
That's it, man.
Oh,
It's
that's
one of the
hilarious.
best treats that you'll ever get, man. And then it's like with the peanut butter, go with the chunky peanut butter. Get the chunky peanut butter. You will not be let down.
Well, I
It is
love chunky peanut
absolutely
butter.
delicious.
Okay.
So
You
this
get
sounds
past
like
the name, you're good.
this sounds like you know how when some people are going through some emotional things,
Yeah.
they
Yes.
love to eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like
Yeah.
something we would eat going
Yeah.
through some type of
That's
Yeah.
right.
stress.
There we
Oh,
go.
man.
That's
And see, you
women
make
do the
it
ice
gourmet.
cream, men do the fluffernutters.
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Okay.
And you
All
make
right.
it gourmet by toasting the brioche
Oh, yes.
bun,
Mm.
Gotta
right?
toast it. Okay.
You got to toast it. I mean,
All right.
because if not, you're gonna tear the bread up spreading it.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna check that out.
That marshmallow fluff is so thick.
Hey, Marcus, it took him forever to get me to try it, but I tried it.
But once you start with the marshmallow fluff,
Ah.
you're gonna find all types of stuff to put that marshmallow fluff on.
Well, Les, you done got me excited about it now. So I'm gonna try it. But I'm not doing no kumquat. That just don't even sound right. Honey, I'm going
I don't
to
blame
get
you.
some kumquat. She looking at me like I'm
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, she gonna really look at you like, I got your kumquats over here, so you better watch out. I don't know where you think you're going.
Ooh, Lord have
Oh my
mercy.
gosh.
This is good.
This is going way off the rails already.
You drove it there already. You are the bus driver.
That's what I do. Beep beep.
That's it right there. And I'm always jumping out, getting ran over. So the bus don't
We
even
both
stop.
got ran over
Yeah,
today.
I'm trying to tell you.
Bus don't even stop, and I'm just hanging out the door. Ah!
Right. Right.
Oh man,
Whew.
Oh man.
you
All
got me
right.
crying over here. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh man.
So to get us back on track a little bit,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Yeah.
all right. So the coaching business, the emotional intelligence coach, like explain what that part is. Like, my wife and I were talking and she mentioned that and I was like, wait, what is that? So explain that piece of it for me.
Actually, emotional intelligence is so important.
Mhm.
People think it's all about your IQ, your intellectual
Mhm.
quotient. It really isn't. And any job promotion and anything that you're trying to do in life, it's about your emotional intelligence, your emotional quotient. Because think
Mhm.
about it, everything that we do from an emotional perspective. Every decision that we make, every purchase that we make, every movie that we watch, anything
Mhm.
that we're doing, it has something to do with emotion. So emotional intelligence is the simple way to explain it is it's just being able to understand your emotions and effectively communicate that to someone that you're speaking with, talking to, dealing with, and also to be able to listen and understand their emotions based on where they're at. So to make decisions, you should make them intelligently from an emotional perspective instead of reactively from an emotional perspective, because we do both.
Awesome.
That makes a lot of sense because that had me thinking about my wife and I went to Vegas and we were doing one of these things where we're doing surveys and stuff.
Mhm.
And they had us in the room and you're looking at like a fast food board and you're looking at the different things and they kept switching and they're trying to see what did you notice on the board.
Yep.
And so it's like when you go to a drive-through and you start seeing like, this big sandwich over here and you see the
Mhm.
steam coming off of it, and then you just see
Mhm.
numbers, but then you go back and see the sandwich again. They're playing on your emotions
Uh-huh.
to
To choose
yeah,
that sandwich.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Well, think
Okay.
about it from an Apple perspective. Just take an Apple, but they
Hmm.
all do this. Android phone, Samsung, everybody. When you get ready to make your purchase yearly, right? Maybe you don't even buy a phone every year. Maybe you buy a phone every 3 or 4 years. But that the one year that you purchase that phone, every year after, Apple is trying to get you to make a purchase. So what do they do? The one of the more famous commercials that I've seen that they've had was last year where they had the little girl whose brother was outside smashing all the snowmen. And
Mhm.
then
Right.
she had one snowman that she wanted. So
Hmm.
she ran outside, got the snowman, somehow talked her parents into letting
Put it in the
the
freezer.
head of the snowman be in the freezer. Now, I don't know how many families would allow that to happen because my mother would have been like, boy, if you don't take that thing outside and leave it
Mhm.
where it's at. But they put it out there. The little girl put it in the freezer, and then the next winter she took it outside. They made a new snowman. And what did they do? They started taking photos with their new 48 megapixel camera for the
Right.
14 and the 4K and this and
Mhm.
that. Now,
Mhm.
you're not hearing that. What you're hearing is this is a family photo. This is a family moment. When
Right.
you're outside together, here's an
Mhm.
opportunity for you to capture that moment. Well, that's
Hmm.
playing on your heart. That's playing on your
Mhm.
emotions. And you start to think about that would be a great phone for us to take photos when we go on our family vacations, or when my daughter or son graduates high school, or maybe there's some dance that they have to do, and I don't have a camera, but I have the next best thing. I have a
Mhm.
phone that takes pictures just like a camera. I need to
Right.
go purchase the iPhone. They play on your emotions, and that's what you do.
Mm. Hmm.
Absolutely.
And
That
that's
was
just taking Apple. I can break
Right.
it down from every thing on the television from a marketing perspective on how they
Mhm.
play on you and
Hmm.
get you to go buy and purchase.
Wow. So, Marcus, let me ask you this: how
Yes,
did you
sir.
get into this coaching space? You know, how did you get into it? And in your opinion, why is it crucial for businesses and individuals um, to leverage their maximum potential?
Well, to answer your first question, I got into coaching space. I've always been a coach,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that is a true statement. I know a lot of people say that, but I always have. Ever since I was going all the way back to eighth grade, being the captain of the football team and literally coaching. When the coach would give us certain things to do on the field, well, he can't come on the field and tell us what to do. He just has to tell us from the sideline. So I
Mhm.
started coaching teammates. Well, as life progressed, I got into other things, started doing project management. My wife was like, "You've been doing this coaching thing for the last 15, 20 years. Why don't you just go do it?"
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I was afraid at first. And I was like, nobody's going to listen to me. And she said, Marcus, just do it. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy it. And that is truly my passion and my calling. As far as companies are concerned, from your second question,
Mm-hmm.
it is so important to train your employees and to help them, first of all, with emotional intelligence, because they're all dealing with different emotions from the workspace
Mm-hmm.
and from home
Mhm.
and from the drive to work.
Right. Right.
Because you're dealing with all kinds. And just look at the climate of the world today with everything everyone has been facing since COVID.
Yeah.
So to coach them, to help them to understand how to cope with each other at work, how to intelligently have that conversation, how to check your emotion when you're feeling a certain way, to say, I need a minute to be able to come back and have that intelligent conversation. It makes the company more productive. It makes the
Mhm.
company more money. See, where companies lose money is when their people aren't properly trained
Mm-hmm.
on
I
how to
agree.
deal with certain situations
Mm-hmm.
and customers, because customers are hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You have external and internal customers.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to learn how to cope and deal with them. I also do personality assessments where I work with people to help people understand different personalities in every person.
Awesome.
And
Mm.
then there's the adaptability where I help you to cope and adapt to change, because guess what? We had 100 years of change in 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
In the
Right.
next 10 and now 8 years, we're going to have 100 years of change in the next 8 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's difficult for people to cope with.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you mentioned the personality assessments and things like that, but what other services do you offer in terms of leadership and team building for groups or individuals? And do you focus more so on individuals, or do you focus more into the business space?
I prefer focusing in the business space. I enjoy
Mhm.
individuals, but I love the team aspect of it, because what we as people that own companies and businesses fail to realize, it's the team
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that helps you to make money. I mean, you
Absolutely.
can help that individual, but if you're not helping, as they say, if you're playing football, if you don't get the other 10 to do their job on the field,
Right.
well, you've helped the one, but you
Right.
still got 10 players. If you're playing basketball, you got the five on the field, on the court.
Mhm.
If you only help the one, what you gonna do with the other four? So
Mm-hmm.
I focus on team building and helping them to understand each other so that they can build what they're trying to build for the company perspective and make money for the company and for themselves.
Awesome. Awesome. So, what made you want to become a public speaker? And what advice would you give someone who would like to follow in that same path?
What made me become one was looking at the need of people. So my the name of my company is Marcus A. Wright LLC. However, the name is changing
Mm-hmm.
to what
Okay.
I've already trademarked, to Wright Mentality, because
Mhm.
I believe it's all about mentality, and
Okay.
everything rises and falls with the right mentality. Everything
Mm.
begins and ends with the right mentality. If you don't have the right mentality, the right mindset, you can destroy anything. So that's what made me look at it. I saw a need for people really needing to understand how to get through from an emotional, a personality, and adapting perspective, because they were trying to figure out how to move from this level to this
To that.
level and then to this level, and they didn't know what was holding them back.
Mm-hmm.
As far as people wanting to jump into this, well, you got to be ready to speak in front of people and have that conversation. And it has to be something that you enjoy. You just can't get
Mhm.
up, memorize a speech, and say, "Oh, I got it," and then put it
Mhm.
down and then regurgitate it, because people aren't going to follow you. They're not
Mm-hmm.
going to really listen.
Right.
You have to have a message that's genuine, and they got to feel your passion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to step into this, it's got to be something that you really want to do. And helping people, it has to be something that you care about, because people want to know that you care about what you're saying and that you care about them, because it's all about the passion, and then they're going to follow along.
Mhm.
So that's the best way I can tell people if they want to get into it. That's what they have to be ready to do.
Wow. Now you mentioned your trademark on the Right Mentality, and we know that that's the name of your show on Stage Plus. So for our listeners and our viewers, kind of explain what that show actually is about, and how can they actually go out and find that show?
Well, the show is called Right Mentality for a reason, because it's the ultimate discussion about your personality and emotional intelligence. I
Mhm.
talk about things that affect us on a daily basis.
Hmm.
Mental health, for an example.
Mhm.
Right.
I
Mhm.
actually have Dr. Tabitha Russell coming up. Her show is dropping really soon, and
Hmm.
she's come
Awesome.
on the show and she's talking about how to deal with your finance. And that's a lot of things that people don't think about.
Mhm.
So for my show, it's about educating you in emotions and personality and finance and mental health and things of that nature so that you can be prepared for what you're doing daily. And I'm found on Onstage Plus. So it's onstageplus.lightcast.com. So I will share the link with you so you can drop it out there for your viewers and
Awesome.
listeners. But the show is definitely called Right Mentality. You can Google Right Mentality and you will see me. Now, there's a guy out there that's trying to take my Right Mentality.
Yeah.
We about to find out something real soon because it's trademarked and owned by me.
Right.
Right,
But
right. We understand
you will
that one.
see
There's
me.
somebody out there trying to steal our man space, and we're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, hold up, bro."
Just I'm gonna have to go visit my man's.
Well, we can do that.
Right.
But I mean, it's real, and that's what when I did it, when I came up with the show, actually, my wife was the one that said, "Marcus, why don't you just call the show Right Mentality? I don't know what's wrong with you. How you just can't get it right."
Mm.
Mm.
I said, "Okay,
Wow.
Right Mentality it is," and that's what she told me. Right Mentality 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
That is
it
awesome.
sounds like we got some strong women in our corners.
Yes.
Yeah, we just kind of do what we told. I know.
Yeah. I got a bully. No, let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. I love you,
She
I
might
got
baby.
see this,
I love
but
Debo and
listen.
little Debo's here.
right. All right, so it ain't changed. We good.
So, Marcus, we're gonna play a little game with you real quick. So,
Okay.
my co-host here has some sort of grudge against the city of Chicago. And what I have not shared with you, Marcus, is that Les here is a Detroit native.
Detroit basketball.
Now, I
Okay.
know that you've
That
been to
explains it.
Detroit several times. Actually, the first time I actually met Marcus was actually in the city of Detroit. So I know that you've been there several times. So you
Hmm.
got experiences in both areas. So
You
we're
know
gonna
what it's
play a
like.
little
You know what
courtroom.
it's
You
like.
know, Steve
Okay.
Harvey has his Judge Harvey show. We're gonna be on Judge Russ right now.
All right, Judge Russ.
Hey,
And
and he gonna cheat for you because that's how he do. He gotta. That's what
hey,
he
hey,
do.
hey, hey, hey,
Now,
this
that's a
this
shame.
is
He gonna call you a
this is
cheater because he
fair.
already see now that's Detroit already
We
trying to plug while they losing.
Oh, I don't.
right.
Oh, okay, okay. You only
Hot
want
dog, baby.
you only want something because of Jordan. Yeah, I mean, what?
Oh
That's
Here
Lord
we
it.
have
go.
mercy.
Here we
That's
go.
it. You ain't
So
won nothing
so
else.
we're gonna have a little conversation here. I'm gonna throw out something, and I want you to convince me who has it better, Chicago or Detroit.
Pizza,
Okay.
Chicago. I'm gonna give it to him.
So
It is
right
what
off the bat, because Les and I have argued over this one right off the bat.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about the Chicago dog or the Detroit coney.
Really? The
Ah,
Detroit
man.
Coney versus the Chicago Dog. Listen, the Chicago Dog is not just the Chicago Dog. The Chicago Dog is world famous.
It
Mm,
is not.
World famous.
It is not.
Everyone comes here, and that's one of the first things they want to have. I need a Chicago Dog. Man, look,
mm.
you get your dog, you get your mustard, you get your relish, you get your onions. Come on, man. What a Coney Island? I'm in a Coney Island. Really? That ain't even nothing to eat. It's corn and a hot dog wrapped together. That ain't nothing.
Nah. See, you got that wrong. See,
Well, break it down for me.
So a coney is a kosher hot dog with a sweet bun, with a light coating of chili and onion.
Once again, I think we can use it.
And some mustard, right? Outweighs Chicago dogs, because who wants to go get vegetables on a hot dog?
Now,
your lettuce and tomatoes and your portobello mushrooms. It sounds like bougie dog to me.
Do you know why the Chicago dog is so world famous?
No, I don't. Please enlighten us.
In this country, there was something called the Great Depression. In 1929, and when Franklin Roosevelt fixed it in about 1938, close to 1940. So during that time, people were very hungry. So what they learned how to do was to give people vegetables and things that they needed, and protein with some carbs being the bun, and they wrapped it all up and they used the mustard. Now, I can take my Chicago dog and sprinkle some chili on it like you just said, and it'll still tastes better than your Coney dog.
No.
I can go get a kosher hot dog and put it on the Chicago bun, steam it, get it all nice and ready for you. Just all delicious. See, you got to hold it right. Then you put the fries on top of that. Nice fries. And you just, you see what I'm saying? Just the enjoyment of eating the hot dog.
That right there. Bougie dog, right? It's going to take you to the bathroom, and you're going to have to go do something after that. You know, you got to have a Coney dog, a straight dog. Right?
That chili from the Coney will do the same thing. So round one goes to Marcus.
Shot town, baby.
I told you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that fool went to Detroit. We went to Detroit. And he sat down, he ate some nasty Coney because somebody told him this is the best place to go to get it. And it was horrible. That ain't where the people from Detroit eat the Coneys at. That's where the suburban people eat the Coneys at. Right? Okay. And he went by their advice, and he ate that, and he sat in the bathroom for 2 days. I didn't, because I went to the one in my neighborhood.
Because you know a little channel called the Food Network.
Yeah, I know all about
it. This a bonus round for you. You know the #1 rated hot dog joint in the country is right here in Chicago. It's called Gina Jude's.
I've been there.
It beat everybody, even your Coney Island dog. So you come on to the Shire. Come on, I'll drive you right on over to Gina Jude's, and then you'll be like, "Oh my God, I don't know why I was thinking the Coney dog was so good."
See, I'd rather have Harold's chicken.
Oh, I take you there too.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm about. I go smoke on some Harold's real quick.
So
I'm gonna give him the #1 because I do like it.
So round two, we're gonna stay in the food area. Okay, we're gonna stay in the food area.
Best pizza
and talk the deep dish from Chicago or the Detroit style pizza.
What? Detroit don't have no pizza. It's bread with cheese and the bread about that thick.
And what is yours?
And then you get a little bit of cheese.
Yours?
Really?
That's where we get it from.
No, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, then if y'all get it from Chicago, you copied it wrong. You copied it wrong.
Chicago got that nasty sloppy pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
You sound like you jealous, dog.
No, never jealous. I'm always on the top. My taste buds is great.
I can take you to Giordano's and get you some deep dish, some good old cheese. You break it off and the cheese just coming right on down. Yeah. I'll take you to Gino's, get you the pan pizza, the whole pizza just sitting there in a little pan with all of what you want on it, and you just chew it, and it's so good. Then I can take you to Lou Malnati's.
Well, Food Network again. Let's go back to Food Network.
Okay.
One of the best pizza places in the country is Buddy's.
I had Buddy's.
Yeah, one of the best. Voted by them.
One of the best.
Yeah,
but
Chicago wasn't above it. So that's all that mattered to me.
Lord have mercy.
It's all that mattered to me. Look it
up. It depends. Okay, you can have that one. because I already know nobody's pizza in the country is better than Chicago's. I've been down this road with everybody
Yeah.
because I can take you to 8 different pizza places that'll eat up any pizza you had anywhere in the country,
Well, see,
including Buddies.
That's
Because
the best
Buddies
thing
was
about it. I
so
just
let me
can't be
see.
a real.
Buddies.
Yeah, nah, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Don't even try it.
So
It's
I
the,
can.
the history alone of Buddies is just.
Oh
It's just,
Lord, have mercy.
it's
just a bunch of bread. I ain't trying to get fat, man.
What do you think Chicago deep dish is?
No, it's cheese, it's sauce, it's a little bit of bread. It depends on which one you get.
If you get a deep dish from Chicago, you got it on the bottom, through, and on the top.
See, this is the misconception of rookies that eat pizza from Chicago don't understand, because there is a art to Chicago pizza.
What?
So
And please tell us that art.
You're thinking of Pizza Hut pizza.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And listen here. I don't even go to Chicago. How about that?
You know what I'm gonna do for you?
I done been to Chicago about 4 or 5 times, and I wasn't impressed.
You know what I'm gonna do for you?
Wasn't impressed. I felt like it was a country Detroit. That's exactly a country Detroit. That's exactly how I felt. Yeah, just like with Steppin'. Y'all got that from us.
No, oh hell no! You're going so far.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Y'all little ballroom dancing. I done did it. It is not cool, dog.
But it don't
Steppin'
matter.
is all about the glide.
But ballrooming?
Y'all don't know nothing about Steppin'.
Whatever you want to call it, it came from the D.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
So,
no, it did not.
All right. So round
give me the
2.
history behind it.
round 2 goes to Marcus.
See,
no history. I can give you history about Steppin'.
Since we're talking Steppin' a little bit, we're gonna talk music. Which is the better music city, Chicago or Detroit?
Well, I would never argue about Motown. I couldn't do that if I tried.
But Chicago has
Wouldn't even
a hell of
disrespect it.
But Chicago, I got to give Chicago respect.
Now, if you're talking about
a nice music scene,
if you're talking about house music and where all that originated from, that's from here.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about the Motown era, you can't go there.
Yeah, you can't.
I would never. That's disrespectful. That's blasphemy. Yeah. You can't do that. But if you're talking about house music and mixing and stuff, that's the shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him that.
Music from the soul.
I give him house music, but because Detroit music is the electronic music that was made there.
Yeah, you talking about that?
Yeah,
no, that's
talking about
that's all right.
Yeah, EDM, depending on which one it is, that came from Detroit and swept the country. But that's another story. But I think we should share this point.
I'm gonna give that one to you, Les.
Yeah, just because it's Motown, though.
I gave you an easy one to keep you in the game.
I told you. That hater don't been
Oh my God.
He don't like Detroit.
I like Detroit.
The next thing you're gonna say is
I like Detroit.
Next thing you're gonna say is
only thing I don't like about Detroit is I-75.
Yeah, what I just say.
Well, anyway, you go in Chicago's traffic all damn day long. You ain't getting nowhere.
So speaking of transportation,
oh God,
who has the better public transportation?
Oh, that's Chicago, hands down.
Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
The only place that is probably better a little bit is New York, but that's because they originated in Chicago, copied their whole thing. So from Detroit to Chicago is definitely Chicago. No other public transportation system in the country at this point is better than New York or Chicago right now.
You're not throwing the people mover in there. You're not even gonna argue for the people mover.
That's around the block. That don't cover nothing. Man, that thing go around the corner.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Right, that thing for 45 minutes, man. And you're gonna hit the city 2 times, bro. That ain't public transportation.
Oh no.
Oh man.
That's called suburban transportation.
And we're gonna give that one to Chicago and Marcus. That is a 3-1. We're gonna call that one the game. Chicago wins this round.
He would have had a chance if it was New York. It would have been a real battle.
Oh man, we're gonna take a break
I can't
and
deal
come
with that
back
dust in the
with
city
some
either.
more
How about that?
from our guest, Marcus A. Wright. We are back with more of the Man Space podcast with our special guest, Marcus A. Wright. We have to put the A in there because I tried to do my research in Google and I was like, oh, Marcus got a book out here. I'm like, Marcus Wright? And I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't Marcus Wright. You don't want, unless you want to be surprised, you don't want to click on the books from that Marcus Wright.
Yeah, you might not want to.
I got a book out. I do have an ebook out, but I had to change it to the A, honestly, just to give you a little bit of history. Because remember when Terminator 4 came out?
Yes.
And the dude said, the Terminator said, I'm Marcus Wright.
Yes.
So I had the first 3 pages of Google until that movie came out. So that's when I had to switch it up and add the A. And then after that, so that's why the A has to be there.
So let me throw this one in there. I went back and I put in the A, right? And I said, oh, he does have a book. And it's a Jamaican guy.
Oh,
Marcus. I was like, that's not Marcus.
Hey,
wow.
Man. Where you going? Huh?
Yeah, I know, right? What the heck, man? That's why everything is Wright Mentality, even though I got people trying to take it.
There you go. There you go. All right.
So what you got for me? Where we going?
Oh,
We going
my
comic
bad.
books?
My bad.
Stick with me, Les.
I'm trying to
pay attention, man.
I can't, man. My mind just go all over the place, man.
We need an emotional coach for him to fix this relationship.
I did not say that when we opened. I said
Oh my
I need an
gosh.
emotional coach. Before I get fired up and start throwing fingers at you, I'm gonna ask Marcus a quick question.
Yes, sir.
So you have a partner that you work with. His name is Sean Fair. Is
Yeah.
that correct? All right. On the leadership and experience tour, tell me more about that and how did you get involved? How do you get people involved in that?
Well, you can look up Leadership Experience Tour,
Mm-hmm.
and you will be able to click on that link and sign up to audition. And we have a wonderful team of people that do the auditions. Dr. Tabitha does the auditions. Sean will sometime chime in and do some auditions. I pretty much don't do the auditions anymore because I handle all of the operational stuff for the Leadership Experience Tour, getting everything prepared for the show and making sure everything flows when they're at the show.
Okay.
And it's a huge undertaking.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm gonna sign up for it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna audition.
Okay.
Can't have Tabitha do it though.
She's the gatekeeper. She's the gatekeeper.
Then I'm not doing it.
Well, she might see this. I ain't gonna say that.
She's gonna see it.
She is going to see it. But it's not your fault. It's my fault. I started this, so it's all I'm sorry, sis.
There's only one person that can supersede me, and that's Sean. No one else in the organization can.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
So you talked about Wright Mentality and kind of branding. How important is it for individuals, to get into the branding and trying to trademark like their name and things like that?
Well, it was interesting. When I first trademarked mine, I did it myself. Big mistake. Because what I learned is when you don't know legal jargon and you try
Mhm.
to create the trademark, they will put you in a holding pattern and you'll be waiting for over a year to get things done.
Wow.
And that's what happened to me because it literally should take about 4 to 6 months. But we have people in the organization from a fair consulting group perspective, that part of what I do for Sean Fair, that actually do the trademarking for us to help people
Mhm.
walk through the process. And it is it's a lawyer. So she walks you through and she sets everything up for you. And you want that because if you're trying to trademark anything, you don't want to get caught up in that trademark system. Now, why is trademarking so important? It is very important because if you're creating something, for example, man space, that is so important, that gives a great message, that's helping people, whether it's even fashion, you want
Mhm.
to own that brand. You
Right.
want to make it yours. So
Mm.
I tell everybody, trademark whatever you are working on for yourself because that is going to be your legacy that you leave behind. And every 5 years, when you trademark something, you have to pay the fee to the U.S. Patent Office and Trademark Office to keep it. But
Mhm.
no one can come in and say, no, 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 it's mine. Unless they got millions of dollars. And if you
Mhm.
don't have those, you can lose it.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So we know you're a busy man, from all the things we talked about and what we hear about from you. What do you do outside of this? What is your downtime like? What do you do to wind down?
I don't have downtime. I got 3 daughters and a wife. What downtime do I have? But
What are the age ranges of your daughters?
Yeah.
so we're blended family. My
Mhm.
stepdaughter's 30.
Hmm.
Okay.
She bought a home, so she lives by herself. My son from my first marriage is 30. He has
Mhm.
Asperger, but he still lives here and works for WeatherTech.
Hmm.
And then we
Okay.
have a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old together.
Okay.
Okay.
So those are the last two are girls. And,
Hmm.
you know, like I said, I get Debo 3 times
I was
in the
about to say
house.
you got a bunch of bosses.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
my downtime is they've all been the girls
Choose
have been
wisely.
trained to watch the Marvel movies and
Yeah.
the wife enjoys them.
Okay. There you
Okay.
go.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
There you go.
There you
I like
go.
that. I
There.
like
yeah.
that.
That's it.
So the girls, they are all in it. They're all into superhero movies and characters and going to the movies. And I've been, they do that because I grew up going to the movies, so they love going to the movies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I heard you say earlier about drive-ins.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah,
And yeah, yeah, yeah. Growing up in Detroit, that was one of our things too, was going to the drive-ins and piling it up
fun
and going to
times.
have a great
Yes,
time, man. And I wish there was still that was still a part of the
yeah,
fabric
it
of
would be
America.
nice.
Right.
I do. I found one not far from me, but it's a little sketchy. So I may have to go
Yeah.
with a little bit of body armor and some things. But
We still have two in the area, but they're
mhm,
very far out, so you have to
yeah.
go to a very far
Yeah.
suburb
Hmm.
in order to
Hmm.
watch it. But we still have two here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same here. You got to go good ways out to go to one. But
Hmm.
we found like movies in the park, so we would
Yeah.
do that, and they would
Mm, yeah.
have you go out there, you bring your lawn chairs, and me and my daughter would go and just sit and have a good time and
Hmm.
watch whatever movie, and we probably would have already seen it by the time they actually do it in the park. But it wasn't. We didn't care. It was just
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
fun to
man. I
do.
love
That's
that.
just getting out there and doing something.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. My wife don't like no type of bug, so I won't be doing that with her at
Yeah,
all.
mine
Well,
either. So
but see, there's always the importance of that daddy daughter time, right?
yes.
Yeah.
All,
Yeah.
all of us have our girls, and
Hmm.
and having those moments to just be with your daughters it's different with a boy,
Hmm.
It
than it
is.
is
It
with
is.
the girl.
See,
So
because
you
you
know,
don't really plan that type of time with guys, with boys. Let's
right,
go fishing, or let's go do this.
right,
Let's go throw the ball around.
Yeah.
mhm,
Let's go work on something. Let's go do something strenuous. You know what I
right,
mean? With girls, you're kind of like, let's go do this.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it is different. But
Yeah, so it's like now, even to this day, when certain Marvel movies or DC movies come out, or even Star Wars, my daughter and I, we're in two different cities, but we're talking to each other and we're trying to figure out the schedule so we can kind of meet up and go see it within the first couple of weeks
Oh,
of it
yeah.
being released together. So
There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that, man. I that's awesome. That's an awesome thing.
So
Yeah.
Marcus, we got one more game for you.
Boom,
Okay.
bam.
And this one is called Lightning Round.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Black
sounds like
Adam.
Thor coming down with the hammer right there.
That's right. That's
He
right.
had to
Lightning
put his
round.
little voice in there. Lightning round.
Hey, you know how I do. You know how I do. So we're gonna give you 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Les is gonna ask you some questions. I want you to just say the first thing that comes to your mind. There's gonna be some music playing in the background. When the music ends, Les, when the music ends, he likes to go way past the music because he sits there and laughs and jokes through the questions and everything else instead of asking the questions.
I mean, because some people say some hilarious stuff. You know what I mean?
It sounds like y'all make me feel like I'm about to get an assessment like I give to my clients.
So when the music ends, your time is up. So let me know when you guys are ready.
Hold on, let
I'm
me
ready.
make the screen bigger for my bifocals.
Oh
So
Lord.
I can see it good. There you go.
Dude. All right,
Marcus Aurelius.
Are you
All right.
ready? Are you ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
He ready. Favorite city other than the one you live in now? Detroit.
Atlanta.
Okay. DC or Marvel?
Both.
X-Men or Avengers?
Ooh, X-Men.
Android or iPhone?
Both.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs.
A good comedy or a horror movie?
Comedy.
Talk or text?
Talk.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Eat in or eat out?
In.
Beaches or mountains?
Beaches.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Travel by plane or road trip?
Plane.
Okay. Favorite sport?
Football.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Track.
Okay. In-store or online shopping?
In-store.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. You only had two more, man. We smoked that round.
Yeah,
If you hadn't put your side commentary in there, Les, you probably would have got.
I only sped up because I normally be BSing around.
Oh my goodness!
But it's all good.
So Marcus, what else do you got going on? What's next for you? What do you?
Well, let's see. I will be in Denver, July 11th through the 13th, doing a coaching session for a company on personalities, which is a lot of fun. Then I have two speaking events, one July 22nd.
Wow.
And that's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And one on the 29th that is in DC.
Okay.
And then I got a little bit of a break, and then the tour starts in September, and I run all of that. And then I'm putting the final touches on my Wright Mentality conference that will be in October.
All right. And now where will that one be held? In Chicago?
Yes. I'm torn. I'm waiting for both the places to get back to me on the pricing so I can sign the contract, and then I can start advertising.
Awesome. Well, definitely keep us up to date on the details of that, because we'll definitely post that and promote it for you as well, because we always love to promote everything that we can out there. So how can people find you, follow you, and get more information about you?
Well, on Facebook, it's The Wright Mentality. On Instagram, it's Wright Mentality. LinkedIn is Marcus A. Wright. And my website is thewrightmentality.com. Those are the best ways to get in touch with me.
Awesome. So we definitely appreciate having you on. Our time is running out, but we definitely appreciate having you on. We're going to get you back on again, and we're just going to sit there and just talk about nothing but comics for like a whole hour. It's going to be a straight comic book session for a whole hour.
Did you see him light up? Did you see him light up with that one?
Yeah. We
I'm
have
looking
a
forward to
young
that.
guy that we had on an episode earlier last season, and he makes his own comic books. We might have to get him
we
back
might have to
on
get him on the show.
Ooh, that'd be
and talk
fun.
with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a good one. But Marcus, man, we
The reason,
definitely go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The reason, and I'll be glad to come back anytime. The reason that comic books are so important to me, and one of my assessments that I do with people, I help them to discover their superpower, and then I map them to a comic book character. Because it's important that people understand that they're very powerful people. So when they go through the assessment and they understand their personality, I literally take the time out after speaking with them and doing an assessment with them, asking a few questions, and I map their comic book character to their personality, and we discuss it.
Okay.
So I enjoy doing that. That's why I get so excited about comics.
Awesome. That sounds great, man. We definitely look forward to having you on again. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the Man Space Podcast.
Yes, sir.
As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. And see, the word of the week is procrastination. Now, procrastination is a verb that means to intentionally or habitually put something off. And see, I like to say procrastination is a noun because it's a thing. That thing is a thief. See, that thief steals our ideas, our motivation, our opportunity, and most importantly, it steals our time. See, too many times we let procrastination grab a hold of our lives and don't let go. See, Manspace Nation, you have the power to break that grip. You're the only one that is in control of your destiny. Time travel hasn't been invented yet, so you can't change the past, but we can all play a part in changing our future. So Manspace Nation, take the time to take control of your life. Stop procrastinating and make it happen.
Amen. Don't be like me.
Definitely don't.
It's always a joke, baby.
And on that note,
We out of here.
thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Manspace updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at ManspaceNat1.
Until next time, Manspace Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out.
Out of here.